Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another Let's Play of Warhammer 2 Total War, or rather another episode of Warhammer 2 Total War as... You were supposed to say Grom the Paunch or Grom the Fat, but never mind. Orc intelligence was never a strong suit of theirs, let's say. So, here's the idea. I'm raiding Bordello in a desperate hope, really, that they're going to engage me, but if they don't, I will strike first. Yeah, I'm not gonna love it, but it is what it is. Do I want this stone? I definitely want this, right? Yeah, it's a load of money. It's necessary. And then these are really good, but we can get these like everywhere, so it's not a problem. And then that's pretty much it for the financial situation. I'm still terrified of the High Elves, but it is what it is. Also, someone... was it a Lord that you can't recruit that's a Black Orc? There was an update, right? It added Black Orcs, but I think people said that like you couldn't recruit them in your campaign unless you restarted, but like I can, so maybe it's like a Black Orc Lord that you can recruit, probably. Either way. Excuse me? Oh, the settlement. Yeah, you can take the settlement, but like... I mean, I got what I wanted. I'm not going to fight them in Bordello, I'm going to fight them in Aquitaine, so... Oh, and the Wood Elves are now joining in. So I suppose that's fine. Oh, God. I should auto-resolve this, I mean... No, I'm gonna auto-resolve this, because, like, look, it's just, look at it. It's stupid. Yeah, I'm just gonna eat the captives. Easy.
It is time, my lord. Your reputation has grown to such an extent.
Yeah, we can get a war going. Good. We've also finished every quest imaginable. That's okay.
Against a rival's capital.
There's also another quest to do. That's fine. Let's grab Aquitaine. Just occupy it. Or occupy it back, rather. We didn't lose anything. Like, not really. Doing that, we're going to get 1 turn worth of replenishment, and then we're going to siege Bordello, and that's going to be it for them. The Wood Elves are unlikely to come after me, but they might. It is still a terrifying prospect, though, to fight the Wood Elves, but what are we going to do about it? We definitely need the Hag Hut, and we definitely need this, I think. I will call a war probably on Ivres, or like Lothern. But more likely Ivres, depending on their strength ranking, but I'm thinking I'm not going to call it yet. For several reasons. I should really get Lightning Strike. Income from sacking settlements is good. Let's get Lightning Strike, and then we'll worry about the rest. So, continue down the magic path, I suppose, until we get to one of these things, which it's not the greatest, but it'll be useful. Okay, that leaves us with 9,000 gold still. Yeah, we can build in Paravon, we can build this thing, which is, yeah, it's pretty good. Like, it's a faction-wide buff. Its faction-wide buffs are always worth it, always good. Excellent. Now, as interesting as these are, I'm thinking about building another army. And I'm definitely going to need Night Gobbo archers and stuff for that, so let's get them and let's save a bit of cash, I think. Yeah, okay, next turn. It's only turn 16, I know, there's been a lot of things that have happened, and it's only turn 16, but, like, it's vital that we act quickly. Because the longer we wait, the more powerful our enemies get, and it's very difficult to outgrow them as orcs, because our economy isn't, you know, the greatest, and we can only support one army so far, and that's very worrying. But I'm hoping that after storming Borderlo, they haven't recruited anyone there yet, which is kind of awkward, but alright. I'm gonna fight this, and I'm gonna cheese it, but the reason I'm doing that is if I auto-resolve, we're gonna lose too many soldiers. Then again, what am I gonna do afterwards? Because, like, afterwards, I'm thinking of fighting the elves, I'm thinking of fighting, the other elves, that's about it, or calling a WAAGH.
The living green tidal wave of destruction crests.
Oh god, yeah, Ivres is gonna be.
Your ill-fated victims. Choose your mark, and a trophy shall await you in their capital to claim.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna win the battle here, and then we're gonna call a WAAGH. And because the game is a little bit generous with a lot of its mechanics, what that's going to give us, counter right for goblins, that's very good. Leadership for goblins. Ooh. I need, like, money's good. I need to buff my units. So yeah, we're going to win at Borderlo, and then I'm going to call a WAAGH on... Actually, why not call it now? Why not call it now? So this is going to give me research rate, munitions, and weapon strength. So like depending on who I call it on, it's going to give me different rewards. Right, but we need the biggest trophy, so let's see, we're going to dedicate it to Mork, obviously, because Mork is the best. And there we go. So the reason we've done that is now we have extra troops. But I don't want this to be controlled by the AI. However, I do want to fight this manually because I'm going to take fewer losses. Yeah, I'm going to take fewer losses, and the idea is, as soon as I win at Borderlo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to march south to Torivres immediately. Maybe not immediately, but like in 20 turns, maybe we land there, maybe we go over there, doesn't matter, but in 20 turns we fight the elves. However, that does leave us open and exposed on this side of things, which is why I'm going to need another, another thingamajig blob. Now, you're knowledgeable. I'm going to take you, and I'm going to probably disband you, but, like... then again... So the reason I want to disband him is he's knowledgeable, which means he provides a faction-wide buff. He does not need to be in an army, or leading an army, to still provide that buff. So if I disband him, he's still going to appear in the army list, just as disbanded, and this means that I can basically use him to just sit there and provide +5 Winds of Magic for every army on the campaign map. Isn't that a little bit, you know, ridiculously powerful to just, you know, for unactive lords to provide buffs? Yeah, it is. It doesn't work the same with heroes, though, just with lords. Because when you disband a hero, you technically kill him. But on the other hand, like, what else am I gonna get if not him? Like, is there a great, amazing lord that I need? It's like, not really. Like, he's a caster, he's an okay caster. Right, actually, is he? No, no he's not. So, let's get rid of him. Let's get rid of him. We don't need him. I think I'm gonna get, like, yeah, I'm gonna get a hag, which is gonna be available to me in, like, 3 turns. So that's gonna be, like, my general all-purpose hero unit. And the general is probably gonna be, like, an orc war boss or something. But before any of that happens... Said before any of that happens, thank you, the Siege of Bordello. And, here we go, lads. Alright. I think... Okay, so here's the thing. We're not going to cheese a lot. We're going to do the same thing when we attack one tower, because it's the sensible thing to do. But we're not going to cheese a lot, okay? We're just going to cheese a little bit. So they go in there, you I don't need. But I've been thinking about something, and I think it would be useful and prudent of me to share this thinking with you all. The war machines, like, effectively these are chariots, right? These chariots are not very good. Okay, I'd much rather have the trolls or even goblin archers or something along those lines. They're not very good. They're useful for running people down, but that's the most useful thing about the unit. You know something's wrong. But I think they're going to be very useful against the elves, because my archers, until the end game, cannot compete. So if my archers can't compete with their archers, you realize that there's something wrong here. You know, if I'm dueling with archers, if that's sort of the engagement I want to go with, and my armies are archer heavy. So, what if we train more of these to just run down the archers? Because they will beat archers. You know, they're hard to hit. They're a complicated target. It's, you know, they will hit the archers. So, I've been thinking, why not just do the obvious thing, if that makes any sense, you know what I mean? Like, just hire more of them to run down the high elf archers, because they're gonna be a pain in the arse to deal with anyway. But yeah, I promised a less cheesy battle. Here it comes, basically. This is my definition of less cheese. If the previous battle was like a sharp cheddar, this is mozzarella. All right, this is like the bland, tasty and good, but pretty you know, pretty neutral cheese. You can barely tell that it's a proper cheese. How about that? Yeah, sick 'em. Beautiful, ladder's already up. We have a troll hag. Probably get down there. And here we go, lads. Foot squires are doomed. I just want to kill the Knights of the Realm with the Gobbo archers, honestly, and like cheese them. But everything else is everything else is going to be fair game. Oh, and the WAAGH units don't need to expose themselves to any unnecessary danger. They're there to kill elves. And any other type of work they do is What are you doing? Stop doing that. I don't know what you're doing, but stop doing it. Yeah, you can fight here. I'll get the... Ugh, that's Knights of the Realm. But the fact that they haven't taken any damage yet leads me to believe that I have just... leads me to believe that the game is slightly broken when it comes to these trolls. And I think what they've done is they've gone from being the weakest unit in the game with no leadership to being one of the literally strongest things in the entire Warhammer world. Because the River Troll Hag is having problems dealing with this, but they are like, you know, health what, basically. Let's get Grom in there and he can contribute to the victory. We've lost one, boo-hoo. But see how unnecessarily difficult this is? We could just be cheesing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We could be cheesing and we could be losing a heck of a lot less worth in terms of units right now. Not that cheese is mandatory for having effective and good battles and, you know, victories and whatnot, but, you know. I prefer to think of it as, why settle for second best? Alright, WAAGH. Are we breaking them? I'm pretty sure we've broken them, yeah. So there you go. It is fewer losses than the army would have taken otherwise. So it's still very much worthwhile doing, but on the other hand, you know, it could have been a lot better with a little bit more left-right mouse button clicking. I was trying to... But it is basically just, well, actually, it's more just right mouse button clicking, left and right. Yeah. Don't really use the left mouse button that much. Eh. Anyways. Could have been more effective, but I appreciate the simplicity and the straightforwardness of such a battle as well. Loot and occupy? Yeah, loot and occupy. Because they're going to be tier 2 anyway, and like, yeah, there you go. Don't need this. I will build up Aquitaine, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I will. And next turn... Oh, mind you, this will be good as well. No. Discipline, my boy. Just sit there and don't worry about it. Okay. We'd have a level or 2 on Grom. A level, alright. Ravager. River Troll Hag is getting more powerful. Let's go with Evasion, I think. Mind you, a load of extra HP would be useful as well, but I think we're going to get that after we get the Purple Sun or the Fate of Buna, which is next up. And yeah, after this we are heading... Ooh, the vampires have secured the entire province here. That's cool. Okay, so after this... Ooh... Kothique is not at war with me, that's good. I thought they were at war with me for some reason. After this, we're going to head down south. But before that, a commandment for extortion rate and diplomacy. Yeah, I know, orcs and diplomacy. Ugh. But who am I at war with? Ivres, Ethane, and the 2 wood elves. Here's the thing, would you be, now you just joined, but would you be willing to lay off the entire hostilities thing? Probably not.
Elf one's defender.
I'm a ski lads, I can scarcely help you. Not likely.
Okay, on paper, alright, on paper, we're doing great. On paper, you're doing great, sweetie. But on, how should we put it? Like, not on paper, if that makes sense. In reality, that's what I'm looking for. It's still very dangerous because everyone around us hates us, apart from maybe the Skaven, who are like, you know, they're not the ones to declare war first unless you're like very weak. They're a little bit more cautious. Sometimes, most of the time, I don't know. In my experience, a lot of the times they are the more cautious bunch. So, as dangerous as this is, we're also going to have a revolt, but that's a good thing. Believe it or not, Aquitaine should be alright. We're going to build public order buildings. Okay, next turn. I forgot to cut out the loading screen, so that there's probably going to be like a bit of a choppiness. Because here's the thing, when the game's loading, for some reason, it tends to skip frames occasionally. It's like 2 or 3 seconds of the recording will just be skipped. Yeah, I forgot to cut one of the loading screens out.
Every army under your command is now accompanied by additional mobs who will follow your hordes into battle, but only for the duration of the war.
Yeah. So let's get the strategist out. Do you get a war like next turn as well, or no? Don't know, we'll see. Trolls, not these trolls, these are the worst ones. Gobbo archers, I would say, for you. And an absolute must-have is a big boss tent here to keep the public order. Okay. Now, because we are in the situation that we are, this is like the best route, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit of damage. But it's nothing too bad. Now we have a port in the region, we're gonna, you know, get some replenishment as well. So here's the idea. We land there, and in like, you know, fewer than 19 turns, we're gonna succeed with the WAAGH. Good. Revolt at Carcassonne has to be avoided. So I'd rather not receive a lot of money for a turn than have to deal with a revolt. Now, is one WAAGH army enough? It'll have to be. I do not have the finances to support 2 of them, so yeah. Okay, I think we can, yeah, there we go. That's a lot better now. Pile of shinies. And then, you know, in a while, we're going to start recruiting more men here. But apparently, the army does not get a WAAGH thing, which I didn't know. Because, like, it's still on, so I thought that any army I recruit would start recruiting the WAAGH army with it as well, but apparently not. Which, you know, I understand why not, I understand why it would, but, yeah, be that as it may. So, here we go. Good thing is that this is a smaller settlement, so really a siege isn't going to be a problem. The problem is, however, going to be the High Elves all ganging up on me. That and that I'm, at this point, effectively exclusively fighting, this is worth it, exclusively fighting Elves is also not the greatest thing ever, but hey. You're not going to attack me, right? 11 plus, like, yeah. You're not going to attack me, most likely. Nothing, just sit there for now. It's 1,000 gold. 1,000 something gold per turn from, like, all of these settlements. Oh, the orc economy. Oh, God, the orc economy. Realistically, you get your money from, like, from sieges. Well, yes, from, Gits, +3 obedience. I can't deal with revolts right now. My army is abroad. Oh, God. Can I beat this? Can I even beat this? Let's check. He is on forced march, and it is Eltharion. I've got 2 fucking armies. I can beat this. I just want those to be my famous last words, alright? I've got 2 fucking armies. I can beat this. He said, losing his entire orc war, failing it, and thus just putting really a abrupt stop to the campaign as a whole, but, you know. Let's get a few Knight Gobbos and Knight Gobbo Archers. That ought to be good. Though, like, in a turn, I get casualty replenishment rate, not very useful. Alright, never mind. We need to attack now. Because in a turn I'll get 3 more units, but they're not going to be in forced march anymore, which, yeah. Like, 3 units versus them not being in forced march, I think I'll take the them not being in forced march anymore. Also, I think we want to not control a large army. And have this under AI control. I think. Because what that means is... Or is that still a bug? That might not be... There used to be a bug, right? Until recently. It got patched pretty quickly, I think. Actually, I don't know if it's patched, but it was semi-recently discovered where if you don't control a large army, but you let the AI control your troops, you have 2 armies fighting their 1. Like, they won't get reinforcements. Because it's the same army, right? But there is a good argument to be made for just doing this, controlling both of the armies and just fighting them. I'm gonna quick save here, or I'm gonna... Wrong button! No, sorry, give me a second. So, I did literally everything the same. I did everything the same. I picked Gits, I skipped this guy's turn, there was no money left, I couldn't do anything with it, I just did the exact same thing, just reloaded the save file, because the autosave is on the previous, or the end of the previous turn, right? And now I'm gonna, like, do the same thing I did here, 2 Gobbos, 2 Gobbo Archers, but the elves withdrew to Tori Res. Which is both a curse and a blessing, but it does mean that this fight is going to be slightly easier. So let's do this fight then. No AI control, just control large army, and we'll fight them. Here we go. I'm not looking forward to this, because there's 2 types, or 2 factions, really, that I hate fighting, no, hate is not a strong enough word, that I despise fighting, like, utterly despise fighting. And both of them are the High Elves, I'm kidding. One of them is the Wood Elves, the other one is the High Elves, except the Wood Elves are a little bit more tolerable. So, let's begin. Now, for better or worse, they don't have much in the way of artillery or anything, really. But yeah. Balance of power, not necessarily in my favour. As you'd expect, their units are exclusively missile infantry, with, I think the Rangers... Oh, do they not have... Ooh, okay, they have some melee. And that will be their downfall. Were these just archers, I would auto-resolve. No, I wouldn't, because that's not fair, but, like, I would think about it. I also find it very amusing that they are coming towards me. Even though I'm the one attacking. But what are you going to do about it? Tell you what I can do, though. I can waste their ammo. Not again, Jack. Let's shush. We're not going to do it. Too micro-intensive. Right, screw you. Well, actually, I think Grom can, like, possibly catch up to one of them. Did you cast anything on me? Yeah, too bad. Alright. Get out of there, you can't catch up to them, unfortunately. They are faster than all of my units! Oh dear Lord in heaven. And you know what, though? There's Shadow Warriors as well. I don't know how to begin fighting them because they outrange me and I can't push them back because the moment I get in range I'm dead. So I need to like find a way to fight them without them shooting at me, and on a map of this size... Stop complaining, okay. Stop complaining, get good. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna move up, alright? We're just gonna move up with everything, but not all the way. And spit. Spit on them. I spit on you. You know what? Every bit helps. Every bit helps. Get fucked. You screwed up, should have ran. Though I say that with some conviction, like I've already killed them. Yeah, okay, they're dead. Fair enough. See, your Shadow Warriors are great, but they're great when you use them together, not send one of them ahead and like the other 10 are just, you know, hanging around. Well, I'm telling you, the green tide is coming. It's just, the green tide is a little bit fragile at this current stage. And as such, will require a little bit of, finessing, okay? Crap. Forgot about the WAAGH, to be honest with you. Get Grom in there. Move up. They're dead. WAAGH is retreating, that's okay. Reavers can't do crap. Hold. Fight. Shoot. Actually, shoot the Phoenix if you can. Grom. Alright. Time to break out the big guns. Because here's my idea with them. I'm going to use them to flank. In retrospect, frontline combat might have been better with them, but, you know. I think either works. You, I need you to break off, fight them. You, just keep doing what you're doing. Alright. Actually, I like the 4 of you to target the Phoenix. I've changed my mind. Grom's gonna need a little bit of support to do this, but I thought he was broken for a second, and I was very worried for the future of the High Elves. But no. No such luck, I suppose. So here's the thing, like, currently, a whole bunch of archers are not shooting at anything. This is broken, this is effectively useless, meaning... how do I do this? Like, yeah. Can you go like that? Exactly. Perfect. And you I need there. Cravens, your warriors flee. Well, what you gonna do about it, eh? I completely forgot I had these two. The war machines. And honestly, it's gonna cost me. Get out of there. It's falling apart, but like huge battles like these tend to fall apart anyway. Also, I would like to bring to your attention the trolls, who, whilst under fire for a while, manage to actually regenerate more than they lose. For now. The good and interesting bit is that we've lost the right flank. We're losing the right flank, but we've won the left flank. So, effectively, we're at square one, but well, yeah, effectively we're at square one for multiple reasons. Our left flank was stronger to begin with. Calling a WAAGH as well, because we're gonna need all the help we can get, effectively. You really, really, really need to get out of there, and you really, really, really need to get in here. Move up. Move up. Did I lose this thing? No, it's retreating. Yes, go, run away, little thing. No, run away. Yes, run away from the battlefield. Good, 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 good. Grom has taken an absolute pounding, but what do you expect? He's fighting the High Elves, for God's sake. And this is like not even their entire strength, mind you. Yeah, tie them up. Good. And we've got it. There we go. Mass routes. No need to keep fighting because it's a settlement siege and they're all gonna die anyway. Honestly, looking at the battle map and like the campaign map, you're gonna need this because you don't have the highest leadership. Looking at like the campaign map, this is great because we've lost like 490. Apparently it's a close victory, whatever that means. How is this close? But like, when you're down on the field and you're fighting, it looks a hell of a lot closer than it actually was in the end result. But yeah, we also heavily outnumber them, you need to remember that too. And I think I'm gonna loot and occupy. Yeah, British Ops gonna loot and occupy. Now, Regiment of Renown, good. Leadership -7 for Elven units in the local region. At this point, I genuinely think that's better than Lightning Strike. Because Lightning Strike, I'm not sure if it makes it so our WAAGH army doesn't participate in the Lightning Strike. I think it does, which is you know, obviously not good. But even if it didn't, we have 2 armies. Lightning Strike isn't the most useful thing ever. Plus, as you saw, we just beat up someone. So someone, we just beat up like our main enemy for the entire campaign. So yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna build up Castle Carcassonne, and we're gonna call it there, I think. Both the turn and the episode. I think we've done quite a lot. We've invaded the land of the elves. So yeah, I think the sooner we do it, the better we're off, and I think this was a good choice to do it now, when we call a WAAGH, and yeah, I believe we're going to be able to snowball very effectively, though the WAAGH army is pretty weak. I think we're going to be able to snowball quite effectively. As soon as we capture Torivres, I think we're going to be able to take over all these lands, because all of this is a pleasant climate. Or, sorry, a suitable climate, yeah. So, like, we fight better here than in Bretonnia, believe it or not. I still don't think this should be unpleasant for the orcs, because, like, look at this. It's green. Orcs are green, right? And it should work. I understand, though. I understand why. You need a sort of incentive to push you to fight the High Elves, and like without an incentive I probably wouldn't have attacked the High Elves for much longer. So yeah, I understand it, and I kind of support it too at that. So what kind of trolls do we want? I have both stone and river, and I think they're, like, equally good. One of them is superior on, like, let's compare them. So the stone trolls are better? Scaly skin armor, piercing. I can't recruit them. I was gonna recruit both. Let's do it like this. But these are cheaper as well, so, like, eh. Let's do that and like do 2 units of gobbo archers. This army is going to sit here and defend against the wood elves, and you know, eventually they're gonna do some expanding of their own. But for now, that's their mission. As for Grom, how much do you need to? I think I check this every single time. I think you just do this whenever. There we go. Good bit of money as well. And I'm going to fight you next turn, even though you're going to recruit a ton of men. Or women. Depends. Even though you're going to recruit a ton of units. Vanguard deployment for all, yeah, that's good. And we need to buff goblins. Goblins are the meta right now. Like goblins, well, no, goblins are just very viable right now, and they used to never be. So to me, it's just a little bit weird using goblins, but you know, I'll get over it. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Next time, well, yes, literally next turn, but next time as well, we're gonna fight Torivres, and we're gonna take it most likely. I think another option would be like to go down here and fight with the WAAGH army and not just end it prematurely, but I can't leave Torivres standing with like 2 armies in there because they're gonna like any progress that I make they're just gonna undo, so that's not good for anyone. So yeah, I think that's going to be enough there. Till next time, I bid you all have fun, take care, and bye-bye. Oh, and, you know, like, subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video, helps the channel out, so on and so forth. Bye.